What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Sports Minorities podcast. A chance for us to get together in the middle of a pandemic and talk crap about each other's teams and have fun doing it. So, Rob's having camera issues. Nice little sunlight there.
Hello.
I'm your host, JC, joined this week by the guy having camera issues and a nice little sunlight coming in here. We got Rob.
I think it's morning. Sorry, guys. I gotta figure that out. Hold on. I should kill the lights. That's all right.
Okay, Rob's gonna go fix that. Fresh off a very awesome nap, we got Nori, our Giants fan.
I have the softest hair from a male you'll ever like. It's amazing. I don't want to put a hat on tonight. My hair is extremely soft.
Yes. And surprised that his Niners won this weekend. We got Chicken Wing.
He didn't know his Niners won.
Yeah.
I did know. That guy over there didn't.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That guy.
Wow. What a weekend. What a weekend it was. You can join along and chat with us. Our Twitter is @SportsMinorPod. And of course, if you're watching this, we thank you for joining us live. We're going to be discussing crazy Thanksgiving weekend. We still can't. I mean, it finally wrapped up earlier today. Wednesday afternoon football. Who knew, right? Making our picks for week 13. I'm making sure I'm getting the numbers right. And then ESPN, with the calendar shifting over to December, ESPN has updated their playoff machine. We always like to, at this point of the season, start, filling it out, see who we think is going to make the playoffs. So we're going to kind of run through that here at the end of the show as well. So real quickly, though, show of hands, whose team has a chance to make the playoffs? Raise your hand. All right. Whose team won this past weekend? Raise your hand. Sorry, Rob. Whose team is in first place? Raise your hand. I just wanted to do that to see Nori's little dance over there and make sure he was awake, because he was blowing up our group chat when Washington just beat up on a very unpassionate Dallas team.
Lifeless.
Oh my gosh. Let's real quickly, let me just show you guys the standings we had over the past weekend. Now Nori and I did go 9-6, and Rob and Mike went 10-5 on Yahoo. With all the craziness surrounding the Pittsburgh and Baltimore game, which finally got played today, Yahoo just said, screw it, we're just taking this off. So they just kind of threw it out. As you recall, Chicken Wing was the only one that picked Baltimore. He messaged us he was going to change his pick anyway. It just never got updated, so it got thrown out anyway. So it all worked out in the end, because Baltimore was basically running with the skeleton crew. Honestly, at this point, who had it worse, Baltimore or Denver?
Denver.
Yeah,
hands down.
Denver had a wide receiver starting a quarterback.
Oh my god!
And not only that, the NFL's blowing out of proportion.
Wide receivers.
People talking at the practices, the only time they took off their masks apparently was to give communication. They just had bad luck. Baltimore, I've never seen such crazy treatment. Like, they had Golden State treatment. A week later, got to play their game, and they still lost. Embarrassing.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't get it. But
embarrassing.
Talk about that because they almost won.
Did anybody almost win that game, though? Did you see that game? Did anybody almost win that game?
I mean, if the tight end doesn't drop the pass in the end zone to clear the first half, that might be the difference in the game,
Both teams are awful.
They were horrible. They played like crap. Like, honestly, if Baltimore had their full complement of players, they probably could have won this game, and Chicken Wing would have been right, So, but
the universe doesn't work that way.
Don't ever
No.
say that ever again.
Yeah, but I'm saying if. That's a big if. So, on another part of
Let
the
me be
multiverse.
right.
Yeah, well,
Let me be right
today. So
Whatever, you change your betting. You change your pick anyway.
I changed my pick because look who was the quarterback. RG3. Come on.
yeah, he just doesn't look the same, does he? So
Okay, thank you.
uh,
Call common sense.
at this point of the show, we'll talk about picks we regret.
Have that?
I can drive, can I?
Yeah, that's
That doesn't say
debatable.
much.
That's
Yes.
debatable.
Antonio.
Really?
Anyway,
We gonna talk about your insurance now? What?
I can talk about my insurance. I pay very good money for my insurance.
all right. This is the point of the show where we talk about
Right.
picks we regret for the past weekend. I'm going to start this off because I have a feeling everyone's going to agree with me. Dallas, you would think they would show up with a coach passing away to play a big rivalry game on Thanksgiving. And maybe a part of me was like, you know what, maybe this will actually spark something in that team. You know, when Dalton got hurt, there was no fight in them. It seemed like no one really cared. There's just no passion on this team anymore. They just don't play with it. It feels like Washington torched them, especially in the fourth quarter. I was watching the game with my dad. He's a Cowboys fan, and at one point when Dallas got an interception and he got stopped short of the end zone on the return, my dad was mad because he knew they were going to kick a field goal because it seemed like the only way they were going to score touchdowns was on defensive pick sixes, basically. So that was just one I regret. It's like, wow, I should have seen it coming that this team just has no passion to play. They haven't shown it at all this season. Injuries or no injuries. Anyone else regret that pick or have another pick they regret?
I regret not picking the Falcons because, Nori said that they would lose, and I know better. Like, he's been wrong on the Falcons all year long, and so I should just pick opposite. That's how I'm doing it for the rest of the year. If Nori says they're going to win, I'm definitely picking them to lose. Because
I had the Raiders winning because it's against the Falcons.
Yeah.
So if I pick against the Falcons, do the opposite. I can't stress this enough.
I can't remember the last time I saw a team have a letdown after a loss against. I mean, they played the Chiefs tough, and they just had such a big letdown after a loss going into play Atlanta. That was just, I couldn't believe it. How bad.
I think that was the biggest surprise of the entire season because of the score.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't go against the 2016 Falcons. Like, I don't know what that was. That was crazy.
Very nuts.
Raiders being Raiders.
Yeah. Chicken Wing, any pick you regret this past weekend?
Yes.
What?
I lost faith in my team. And because of that, we won.
Eric Curry.
I should lose faith in my team the rest of the season so we can win out and then take our spot. But
what surprised you about that game of your Niners? I'm just curious.
Came away with more points.
Outside of that, just how we got such a lead on them in the first half. That's what really surprised me. I knew we were semi-skeleton crew and knew some of the starters were coming back. We're getting more back this week. So I'm actually pretty hopeful that they're all starting to fill back in. And would it make a playoff run? I hope. If not, well, we tried. Participation trophy, guys.
I mean, they have a shot, and for them to play as well as they did against a really good Rams team in the division, so you never know.
Our division is obnoxious, dude. We just have to they have to keep beating each other up, and we have to keep winning games we have no business winning.
Anything can happen, So
best division in football by far.
Definitely, and it's a crapshoot almost every week. You just never know. Now, as far as our overall standings here, Chicken Wing and Rob did get a game. Chicken Wing is at 110 and 64. Rob's at 112 and 63. Nori at 113 and 62, and I'm at 116 and 59. So everyone's still within striking range on these standings. So you never know what can happen. So
I just need you to have one bad week. Just one more.
I did last week, and we all had a bad week that last week. That's the problem.
One more bad week. And it's
you guys have been saying this for the last 11 weeks, but keep it up.
Yeah.
Hey, look, he had
a 6-point lead at one point. All right, 6 point.
And notice how the gap between you and him stayed the same, but me and Rob are closer. Keep that in mind.
Whatever participation trophy you want to give yourself, knock yourself out.
Okay. When I repeat,
be happy with us catching up because that means your punk ass is catching up too. Oh wait, no, you're not.
Because if JC falls, so do I. Mm-hmm. That's how it's been all year.
That's between you two. But if me and Rob slip past both of you and I take first and get that repeat.
Why don't you let the argument between first and second place happen while you guys just sit in the corner and be quiet?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Rob. Let it happen.
All right.
Yeah. Let it happen.
Good point.
Let's actually get to our picks for week 13. What we're gonna do is make these picks, and then we're getting into what our playoff predictions are with the playoff machine on ESPN. Let's start with who's gonna go first. Random number drawing here. Let's see how it's gonna be this week.
We need music during the random generator.
Yeah, I need to find some good music like a drum roll, but. And Chicken Wing is going first this week.
Gross.
Knew it.
Oh, he's gonna have a good idea for once. Oh, this is gonna be a good
We'll
episode.
see. We'll see. This is good for us because whatever he does, we can go opposite and actually gain a game.
Exactly,
Life. So
exactly.
yeah. All right, here we go.
Take it away, take it away.
Number 2 is Nori.
Yes,
Going
I know when,
second.
when he does the Falcons. Yes.
You know what? You know the universe has spoken because he always wants to be behind me. Always. I don't get it for some reason. He steals my
And
lines. Wants to be behind me. I don't get it.
Rob is going third, and I'll be going last this week on our
Oh,
picks.
so we're just going reverse. Okay, that's cool.
Pretty much. Yeah, kind of, sort of. And obviously, if it's a game with your team or 2 teams that are in your division on your team, you're going to be picking first. So
Bet.
that being said, our first game, there's no Thursday games this week because of all this COVID rescheduling.
Yet.
No, it's gone. There's no Thursday game this week. Our bye teams are Tampa Bay and Carolina. Rob is very happy because his Bucks need this bye.
They can't lose anymore.
Can't lose.
They can't,
Right.
It's at the point they can't lose this weekend at least. So, yeah, the Thursday game, which was originally Dallas at Baltimore, was moved to Tuesday, and that's gonna be the last game of week 13 this week. And on top of all that, we're gonna have a doubleheader on Monday as Washington and Pittsburgh was also moved to Monday night. So Wednesday afternoon football, that kind of throws a wrench in things. But first game though on the schedule is New Orleans at Atlanta. This is in the NFC South. This is Rob's division. So Rob, you are picking this one first. So have at it, man. Who you got?
Oh, that defeats my entire strategy. I was waiting for Nori to pick them to lose first, and then I would go.
You know what to do. You know what to do.
This is a game we're going to see locally, by the way, on local TV. I'm just letting you guys know. So yeah,
I still think New Orleans is going to be the number 1 seed in the NFC. Hint, hint, hint. So that's going to be my pick for this week. Yeah.
All right, Chicken Wing.
I'm gonna steal Rob's idea and go New Orleans just because.
Mm-hmm.
What? Dick.
Nori.
I'm gonna pick the Saints. So congratulations, Falcons, on your Week 13 win. Congratulations.
Clean sleep. We're all
Great
going
job.
with the Saints. Yeah, I think the best thing the Saints have done throughout Drew Brees' injury is not start Jameis Winston, and that seemed to work out very well for them. Let's be honest here.
Hey man, that man is still eating W's, man. Leave that man alone.
He's
Hey,
eating
man,
W's
he's
on
got
the
a
bench.
W. Hey,
Probably
as
eating
long as
hot
he's-
dogs on the bench too while he's at it. So
Hey, listen, I could be the towel boy on the Super Bowl winning New England Patriots. I'm still getting that ring. Let that man eat his W's. All right.
Hey, man.
All
It's the only
right.
time he's ever going to be on a first place team. Because
All right.
Not gonna
Next
stop.
is Detroit at Chicago. This one, this is kind of throwing me off. It's 2 teams that are just kind of on a downslide in the NFC North.
Dysfunctional.
Yeah, very much so. Detroit, to their credit, has fired their head coach and GM, so they probably start winning games now because it seems to always happen in this league when something like that happens. So,
Usually.
Chicken Wing, who you got?
I'm not first though.
Yes, you are first.
yes, you are.
Nice try.
SkyW.
Nice try.
So I'm gonna go Detroit on this one, assuming that Trubinsky is still the starter of Chicago. Because like what you said, Patricia's done, GM's done, they're gonna get fired up. AP's still there, still a beast. Squad is lackluster, but yeah, Detroit's gonna take this one for sure.
All right, Nori.
I have Chicago. Nothing good has come out of Detroit since Eminem. So I'm gonna pick the Bears.
Okay, Rob.
So,
I'm going to take Chicago. They are playing in Chicago. So, yeah, I'll take the home team for this one.
Same reason I'm taking Chicago. Chicken Wing is lone wolf in this one, man. I know Detroit just fired everybody, but they are going into Soldier Field, and you never know what the weather's going to be like right there this time of year. So it's in that division, it's Chicago and Green Bay, where the weather's just so unpredictable, and that's
It's the middle of the day. I don't care. If it was at night, I definitely would pick
still
Chicago.
cold as shit. That's all I'm
I
saying.
think the Bears are bad, but not Detroit bad.
Yeah.
So
Cleveland at Tennessee in Nashville. Here's my team coming off. They're in first place. I am a little worried about this game. I will be honest with you because I think this is a trap game for the Titans. They can't be looking past this. Cleveland is more dangerous than people think. I think a lot of people are sleeping on them right now, despite the injuries and what they've been dealing with. So, but what I saw from them last week against the Colts is this team has a fire ignited on him. Defense is playing great right now. If they can keep this up, I think we're in great shape. I feel like we're playing a little bit closer to how we were at the end of last season. So I am going with Tennessee to win at home against the Browns. So I think being at home is going to help us. So, Chicken Wing.
Such a homer. I hate you so much. No, I'm kidding. I'm actually gonna go with Tennessee. I know Cleveland right now is playing pound for pound football, um, but like what you said, like that team has greatly improved, especially with Indy, and that just impressed me enough to a point to where I think they have enough talent to stop the run on Cleveland. Baker isn't consistent. If give me any other better quarterback, I would pick Cleveland instantly.
All right. Nori?
Really?
Yeah. Like usual, I hate this, but I agree with JC that I think this is going to be a closer game than people think.
Mm-hmm.
The Browns are the best running backs in the league, but they've also have yet to beat a really good team. The Titans came off a really, really strong win against Indy, so I'm begrudgingly going to pick the Titans, though I feel like I might regret that.
All right. Rob?
I'm gonna have to pick Tennessee on this one. I've got to ride Derrick Henry all the way through fantasy football playoffs, so
So
how,
selfish.
how happy were you with that when you saw the first half score? How many
first
points
half
did he
score,
give?
I was like, what?
Yeah,
My problem is if I run into whoever is Tyreek Hill, that man just
that backflip though. Yeah, I know. So
yeah. Okay. Anyways, yeah.
All right.
Enough fantasy football. Let's talk about picks.
all right, Cincinnati at Miami. Bengals still have a little bit of fight with them, but yeah, they're going into Miami on this one. Chicken Wing, who you got?
This is definitely Miami's game. This is a Burrow-less Cincy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I mean, without Burrow, who gave him fight, I don't see much out of him the rest of this year.
All right, Nori.
Miami's shown that they can beat both good and bad teams, so I'm gonna go with Miami.
Okay, and Rob.
Does anybody actually know what happened with Tua last week? Because Fitzmagic was playing. But oh yeah, Fitzmagic's Fitzmagic. So I'm gonna Miami.
Yeah, it seems like Fitz is the starter right now. I don't know if there's any news that came out, so I am going with Miami right now.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about Tua.
Not that I've seen.
No,
I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen anything. I don't know if it's just he had that bad game and they pulled him, and they're just going to stick with Fitz the rest of the way. So who knows? Who knows?
Anyways, yeah,
Yep.
Miami Fitzmagic.
Jacksonville at Minnesota. Want to send my condolences. The Jags have fired the second best GM in the AFC South. After the Texans let go of Bill O'Brien, who was the best GM in the AFC South in
History.
History.
Pretty
Needs
much.
a statue.
History. No,
Needs a
this ain't
statue.
AFC. This is
I know
History.
in the group chat that we have, I was so sad, and I'm glad I made you guys laugh with that. So, but Chicken Wing, the Jags are going into Minnesota. Who you got on this one?
you like that? That's who I'm going for. You like that? I'm not gonna give reasons why, because I don't need people stealing my reasons. It's gonna be Vikings on this one.
All right,
Because
Nori.
you have reasons.
Bold pick, Mike. 94.51% of people are picking the Vikings. That's some insight right there. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the
That's right.
Vikings too.
That's right.
Nostradamus here.
Exactly.
All
I
right,
think
Rob.
Jacksonville was a fight, but yeah, it's definitely Minnesota all the way. All the way.
Yeah, Minnesota at home. It's I
Jacksonville's fighting though. Jacksonville only lost to the Browns by 3. Like Jacksonville's been within 3 or 7 of almost every game this year. It's just they can't close anybody out.
Yeah.
They don't have an actual passing game. Like it's all been Justin Robinson. Like that's it.
What impressed me with Minnesota though is the win they got last week against Carolina. Didn't see it. Just, I mean,
1 point.
Yeah, hang with the Panthers though. I mean, yeah.
Pick that too.
I know. So
I know.
yeah, you got lucky.
Yeah. So did I.
All right. Okay. Let's just throw this out there. This is Las Vegas going back on the road, a noon kickoff to play the Jets.
Hey, bro, they got a shot of getting one win this season. Ain't gonna be Vegas,
You're gonna be Vegas.
but they got a shot. Okay, they got a shot.
Nobody here is going with the Jets. Okay, let's throw it out there. Do we all? I know we're doing the playoff machine later, but am I to assume that all of us have the Jets going 0-16?
Until they fire Adam Gase, they want Trevor Lawrence. Yeah.
Okay, so then it's easy to say we're all picking Vegas this week, then, right?
Yes,
So
Pretty
yes,
much,
I have them
yeah.
going
despite
on.
what they had last week, it was just come on, you can't have two games like that, right? So
I mean, their one win just to smite Belichick would be the Jets or against the Patriots.
I mean,
It would
maybe
be hot.
Yeah,
That would be hot though.
yeah, we'll see.
That would be a storytell ending for whatever.
All right. And the final noon game on Sunday, Indy at Houston. I got to pick this first. It's in the division. This is one we're going to see locally. Unfortunately, I'll have to get on Red Zone or find somebody with a ticket somehow to get to watch the Titans game. But Houston is dangerous right now. I think right now they're just getting hot. I don't even without Will Fuller, who's going to be suspended the rest of the season on a PED thing for
Cheating.
I mean, yeah, whether it was that or if the doctor gave him bad medicine, whatever it is, he seemed pretty content in his statement. Just take it and just let the season ride out and just
Because that's unheard of for Houston to cheat. I know.
knock it off. Anyway, so
When Houston cheated, oh my God!
Oh no!
That's unheard of.
Jesus.
Anyway,
Unheard of.
I got to
Houston
pick
fan
this
base
first, and I hate to do this because it's burned me before, but I think the Colts and Texans are going to split the season series. 2 of the next 3, and they're going to win a home and home. So I'm going with Houston this week on this one. Indy right now has got to go on the road, and Houston's still playing tough despite losing Will Fuller. We'll see. This is another issue where the Colts are going to play a division opponent twice in 3 weeks. So I'll give Houston the first game on this one. So, all right, Chicken Wing, who you got?
I'm giving this to Indy. I don't care what nobody says. Indy's talent is still better than Houston's. And losing Will Fuller just made it that much worse. So I'm gonna roll with Indy. I don't know which Phillip Rivers I'm gonna roll with, but I'm rolling with Indy in the end.
All right. Nori?
I'm actually rolling with Indy too, because not only that, but historically this season, JC is awful on Texans picks.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they're more talented. I know the Texans, beat up Detroit, but again, everybody's like, Detroit's like that one girl at prom everybody's had a shot at and just plowed it. So,
not as bad as Carolina. Carolina plowed that. But you're right though. You're right though.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the Colts too.
All right, and Rob.
I don't trust Indy right now, so I'm gonna go with Houston. Actually, I think Houston's run game will surprise you guys because they're not going to be going through the air. I think Deshaun Watson's going to be running more than usual, and that's just going to play into Houston's favor. So Houston.
I'll be honest with you. I thought I was going to be the only one going with Houston this week, so I'm shocked. Yeah, we'll see.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Any way to get closer to both of you, I'm cool with that.
Okay. All right. The first of the 4 Sunday late afternoon games: Rams at Arizona. This is actually the first of 2 games that are going to be played in State Farm Stadium this week because of Santa Clara shutting down any football activities, pro, college, high school, or otherwise. So the Niners have to temporarily move their home games to the Glendale, Arizona. So, Chicken Wing, you're picking first anyway. Who you got with Rams and Cardinals?
Despite that surprise loss that the Cardinals took, I'm gonna give this to them. I think to kind of go back earlier this year that what Nori said that the Rams are suspect. I still think that they are. I mean, they're right now playing the Giants complex of 2010. They beat good teams but lose to bad teams, and so with Arizona coming off that loss, they're going to come back. They're going to blow at them, and they're going to solidify their position in the playoff hunt and keep pace with Seattle, because at this point they're the only team that can do that right now in that division.
All right, Nori?
I'm actually going with the Cardinals too. They've proven to be more consistent overall in the year, beating better teams. The Rams had 2 really nice wins, but to lay an egg against San Francisco, where to really you could have just put your foot on that division. You don't lose division games, and I don't know, I don't get it. So
and we swept them. So we're done.
I trust the Cardinals even more, so I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
All right, Rob?
I'm gonna take the Rams. Yeah, I think that in the division, it's a toss-up. Like, I don't believe that there's any bad teams in that division. And yeah, I'm just gonna take LA. That I hate all of you, so LA.
I am going with Arizona as well, just for virtue of them being at home. And they need a win to get back into this. They've taken some bad losses, and if they want to have a shot at least at the playoffs, let alone the division, they need to step up right now and get this win. So they definitely need to beat the Rams, and this is going to have a lot to do with playoff seeding later on in the season. So
Yes,
yeah.
and fun fact: if they lose and we win, we would actually have the tiebreaker on them.
That could
Yes,
play a part,
correct.
yeah. So they definitely need that win. So, all right, Nora, you're picking this one next. Your first place Giants. What's the record right now? 4-7,
Four
first
and
place,
seven.
and they're heading over to Seattle for a Sunday late afternoon game. Let's be honest here; they could lose this one because everyone else in the division will probably lose, and they'll still be in first place. But do you see your Giants going into Seattle and getting a win here?
I think they would have fought a lot harder if Daniel Jones was healthy. I think they would have did like the Eagles, where they would have lost by maybe within 6 or 7,
Mhm.
but they still would have lost. But Colt McCoy against Seattle, yeah, I'm pick Seattle. Yeah, no, I'm pick Seattle.
All right, Chicken, what do you got?
I really want the Giants to win, but
Mhm.
like you said, Colt McCoy. Enough said. It's gonna be Seattle this game.
No Saquon, no Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
All
not
right.
enough.
I mean, if they pick up Colin Kaepernick, I might swing the Giants' way.
You go ahead and make that pick.
All
You go
right.
ahead and make that pick. Yeah.
Rob?
You wouldn't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Seattle too. Like, no, there's New York's just running out of weapons, man. They got nothing. Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle just by I mean, honestly, Seattle at home is tough enough, and then you don't have Daniel Jones. Nothing against Colt, although there's been a few times in his career where he shows up as a starter because someone's hurt and still manages to win. See Washington going into Dallas a few years back, if you guys recall that. So, uh, but I wouldn't mind Colt getting a win, hook him. But yeah, he's going into Seattle right now, and Seattle's trying to keep pace in a tough division right now too. So, uh, going with the Seahawks as well.
So, fun fact:
Mhm.
uh, his last upgraded status, Jones, is questionable. So I like that. We'll see how the week progresses because if he does start, I don't know. I might have to change it because remember, Seattle ain't got no kind of defense.
You
Yeah,
go ahead and do that.
but honestly, at this point, rest him because you're going to need him the stretch run of the season. It's one loss and you're in a bad division. I mean, everyone else in the division has some tough games. Uh, you really, I would just sit him, just rest him. You know?
We don't have to win against Seattle to win this division. So
Yeah,
there's no point in
yeah.
you know.
No,
So
but the rest of your schedule is super hard, so you
No, it's
gotta
not.
take a win. Yes.
No, it's not. This is
Okay.
the hardest match against Seattle.
I was going to say this is the toughest one left, right?
We have the Bengals. We had the Bengals already.
Mhm.
We
Yes.
have now, so we lost. They lost Joe, but we have the Browns still, which I'm confident against. We have
Cardinals.
we have Dallas. We have the Cardinals, and we have Baltimore, who's losing everybody. So this is our hardest match.
Mhm.
Whatever our hard remaining schedule.
All right.
Dallas last game. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Let's see who's left. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, okay, yeah. Philly at Green Bay, another NFC East team. This time they're going into Lambeau. Does anybody here think Philly is going to win this one? I feel like no. We're all going.
They
Green
fought.
Bay.
They fought hard. They fought hard against Seattle. I don't think Philly is just going to easily go away. And I still will think the Packers are frauds, but they're better than the Eagles. They should win this. So
If the receivers can separate, sure, they have a shot, but they can't do that.
It's Lambeau, y'all. We don't know how cold it's going to be when
It's
the game
Lambeau,
starts.
and Wentz will throw at least 1 or 2 interceptions. So yeah, I mean
It's Philly. They're both cold as crap. I'm not gonna use that word today.
You're gonna use it.
Philly doesn't deserve that word, but
Okay.
no.
All right, so we're all going Green Bay. That's an easy
Yeah,
one. So
Yes.
now here's one that might be a little bit tougher. New England flying across the country to take on the Chargers. Chicken Wing, who you got this one?
Easy. That's the Patriots. They will definitely take that talent. Well,
All right.
little talent that they have there. But Cam can make it work. There's evidence that Cam can make it work. So I'm pretty sure Belichick, again, he's a smart coach. They're just gonna prep for the team, and Belichick is just gonna exploit their weaknesses right now.
Okay. Nori, what about you?
The Chargers have yet to beat a good team, let alone a semi-good team like the Patriots. The Patriots had a very impressive win with out of the 4 games, they won the last 3. So I think their defense is waking up because it was number one overall last year was the defense. I don't trust the Chargers enough to beat the Patriots, so I'm going to go with the Patriots too.
All right, Rob.
Yeah, I don't trust the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers offense is shown they have, some bursts, some explosiveness, but it's just not consistent yet.
They got to get rid of Anthony Lynn. They have to get rid of Anthony Lynn.
Yeah, I've got to go with the Pats for this one.
I'm lone wolf in this one.
Woo!
The Patriots are 4-2 at home, but they are 1-4 on the road. That's been their biggest weakness this year. They don't play well on the road, so I am going with the Chargers to hold it down at home and get a win against the Patriots here. So, yeah, I don't know. I just feel really confident about that one. So,
well, wasn't there one win against the Jets on the road?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah, they struggle on the road. So, unless it's the Jets, right? And Belichick doesn't regret ever quitting that job either. He let everybody
Never.
know. So
Not a single regret.
All right. Sunday night game. Denver going to Kansas City. This is a big AFC West matchup. Chicken Wing, you got the first pick on this. Go ahead.
This is easily Kansas City's game. Like there's no reason why Denver. I can't say they don't have a shot, but they just don't have the talent to stop all that offense. They just don't. So I'm gonna roll Kansas City on this one.
All right. Nori?
I mean, it's the mostly healthy Chiefs with Le'Veon Bell versus Broncos wide receiver throwing the ball. Come on, guys. This is the Chiefs.
Assuming he doesn't pass COVID protocol and gets off the list.
Even with a quarterback.
They could go get Elway, and I'm still picking the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They could bring back,
Joel Davis,
bring back Peyton.
Champ Bailey. Go get them all. Chiefs are going to still win. It's too much talent on that team.
All right, Rob?
You know my pick, Casey. Let's go.
Yeah, Casey, same for me. Especially in prime time. It's gonna be a fun night. Mahomes gonna put up some stats, so I think this is gonna be pretty high scoring, at least on Casey's side. So
Let's go fantasy.
yeah. All right, Monday night is a doubleheader. Basically, the first game is gonna be Washington at Pittsburgh. It's gonna be 4:00 Central Time on Fox. It will be on national TV. So. The football team is going into Pittsburgh. By the way, Tomlin basically called the Steelers, the JV Steelers, played like crap today and still got a win. So Tomlin's pretty pissed off. He can't be happy with the win, despite them still being 11-0 to be struggling the way that they did today. It's weird that I say it today, of all things, right?
All day.
Right?
Yeah.
Wednesday afternoon football.
2020.
Yeah, exactly. 2020.
2020.
All right. Chicken Wing, who you got on this one?
Easy, Pittsburgh.
Do we actually have to ask this question for this one? Like this?
It's easy, Pittsburgh.
I mean,
We have to ask, yeah.
It's Pittsburgh versus the NFC East. Like, are you really asking us?
so I think we're all going
Hey.
Pittsburgh. But although Alex Smith could keep this close, I'm just saying.
He can. He
Yeah.
can. But fun fact, the Washington football team has never lost to Dallas Cowboys in the history of the franchise.
I see.
We're not talking about the Redskins. We're talking about the Washington
Technically,
football
they never
team.
lost to the Steelers either.
That's actually oddly funny, but
Yeah.
yes, it is true.
That's true. That's true.
I got the Steelers for this.
Yeah, Steelers.
I'm still oddly I don't like the Washington football team. We have a long-standing rivalry with them. We're 2-0. We've never lost to them. So, thanks, Mike. That's a good one.
I got you.
It must be 2020 because I'm stealing a joke from Mike. So it must be 2020.
Oh,
So-
telling you, dude.
It's a good joke. It's a
But,
good joke, yeah.
But what's actually interesting is that the Steelers, I think they think they're going to treat this like Dallas. So they're going to just walk into this thinking it's free. But Alex Smith and he's keeping the team fighting, man. Like I'm going to laugh hysterical if somehow Washington wins this game.
All
I'm going to pick the Steelers though.
Yeah,
That'll just shake things up in the division for first place if Washington gets a win.
It absolutely would. You're right.
definitely.
So they have a lot to play for.
All right, and the other Monday game is actually the regularly scheduled Monday night game. It's Buffalo at San Francisco, but not really at San Francisco because, as I mentioned, the venue's changed a bit. The next two 49ers home games are going to be in Glendale, Arizona, at the home of the Arizona Cardinals. So, at least in that respect, the Niners are familiar with the surroundings, the stadium. They play there once a year, every season. So now, Buffalo, I don't know that. Well, obviously they lost in this stadium earlier this year to the Cardinals. Now they got to go back and play the Niners. Chicken Wing, are your Niners getting the win at quote home on Monday night?
Man, Buffalo's going 0-2 in that stadium this year. All day, baby. We got this. No, to be honest, we got pieces coming back. They're slowly coming back in. Kiddo's already being worked on right now as far as trying to get in late in the season if it comes to that. But for right now, Ayuk is coming off COVID. Sherman's back. Debo right now, I guess, questionable. But, we have weapons. We just can't have an idiot quarterback that just throws picks. So as long as we don't have turnovers, we can actually beat up on the offensive line of Buffalo.
All right. And Nori, who you got?
I really want to agree with him on paper because he's actually right. But the Bills have a top 5 pass defense. I don't know if I trust the 49ers quarterback enough in that situation. I think the Bills are just right now the safer pick. But I won't be surprised if the 49ers win, especially if they're getting healthy. But for now, I think the Bills are a little safer. I'm going to go with them.
Okay. Rob?
Gonna go with the safe pick on this one, which is the Bills. Yeah, I want to believe that Mike is wrong always, but he made some good points. But I'm still gonna go with the safer pick, which is.
He's not wrong for picking him this week. I mean, I will say that he's not wrong for picking him this week.
And I hope he's right because I'm also going with the Niners. I've long before he even made the points on the show, I thought, you know what, this team is getting healthy again. They're starting to click. And granted, Buffalo has a lot to play for, but the Niners are still keeping up in this race. And yeah, I don't know if Buffalo's going to shake the demons they had from that Hail Murray earlier this year in that stadium.
Hail Murray.
Hail Murray.
And,
as long as Mostert can get control of the game early with this burst of speed, because again, offensive line, they don't have that type of ability. I'm sorry, the Buffalo's defensive front, I'm sorry, they don't have that type of capabilities of just containing as well as they should. The pass defense is immaculate. Absolutely. That's why, again, I please don't throw any turnovers, Mullins. Outside of that, it's going to be a close game. Super close still.
Okay. And the Tuesday night game. Yes. There's a Tuesday night game. It's going to be on Fox and NFL Network. They're going to have all the branding of a Thursday night football game. So
I'm sorry, Rob.
Yeah. Dallas at Baltimore 2020, everybody. COVID moving stuff around. Chicken Wing, who you got?
This is easily Baltimore's game. I don't care what nobody says. I had faith in Dallas. That's the last time I ever had faith in Dallas.
RG3 could be starting again against the Cowboys. That's the thing. I don't think Lamar Jackson
I don't
will
care.
off the list. So
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
All right, Nori.
I'm not picking Dallas the rest of the year. What do they need to do? Their parents to die too to have some kind of fire in them? Like, what is it going to take? Like, your backup quarterback gets punked out by Washington. You don't do anything. Your strength and conditioning coach dies. You don't put up a fight. What is it going to take? It's maddening. The whole team needs to get scrapped. The Ravens are playing horrible, but they're not playing Dallas bad. So I'm going to pick the Ravens.
All right, Rob.
If RG3 starts, I'm picking Dallas. If he doesn't, I'm picking the Ravens. I will be watching the news, and yeah, if RG3 starts, I'm definitely picking Dallas.
All right. If Lamar Jackson starts, I'm picking Baltimore. If RG3 starts, I'm picking Baltimore. Dallas has no fire, really, to be honest with you. So I feel like they can't stop anybody right now. And the game is in Baltimore. Dallas hasn't exactly been great anywhere, especially on the road. So, and maybe this loss today will fire up Baltimore. I see at least more fire of them out of Dallas. So.
Yeah, they got a lot. They have to win at this point. They have to basically win out if they're going to get back in the playoff hunt.
Pretty much.
I'll still trust RG3 before I trust Andy Dalton.
This is true, but I mean, remember, Dallas is the 36th ranked NFL defense, right
Exactly.
behind
And the Ravens,
Clemson,
the Ravens put up a
Ohio
fight.
State,
Notre
Ohio
Dame,
State, Alabama.
and
The,
Notre
Ra-
Dame.
Alabama,
the
and
Ravens
A&M is
barely,
right there too. Yeah, because they're the first one
Yeah.
out. So, and don't
Right
forget
the
there.
about
Ravens the Ravens barely lost to a much better, Steelers. Much
Yeah.
better. There's no way they're laying an egg against Dallas. Just no
No.
way.
They
And
shouldn't. If
and-
they do, then
and don't forget
How
about
about them Cowboys?
don't forget about undefeated BYU in those rankings too. They're actually pretty good. So on defense.
facts.
Yes.
Yes.
They're
All
really
of
good.
them are
I
historically
don't-
better than
I
Dallas.
don't like that they're getting the shaft on the CFP because they deserve a shot there. So
Well, if Dallas does win, obviously the Super Bowl bound. So that's why they can't.
BYU misses another game, like if Ohio State misses another game just for another COVID reason, do you think BYU would slide in?
I think they would let A&M slide in, but at least BYU's got to be one of the 5 or 6 teams. When they're ranked 5 or 6,
Yeah.
first one out. But I mean, if there was ever a season a mid-major can jump into the rankings, this would be it. And BYU has actually been playing really well. You know, obviously I'm a UTSA fan. They're in the Conference USA Championship when that plays out. My wife's a Bobcat. Both of our teams play BYU. Both times BYU just looked damn good. So I've been really impressed with them. So I think they can beat anybody in college football right now. So
Y'all are really a house divided, aren't you? Like,
we really are. So especially though, I'm telling you, when it's Roadrunners versus Bobcats, we are sitting on opposite sides of the living room. We are just staring at each other. It's fun. It's a blast in our house. So I think Chicken Wing has seen it firsthand too. So yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you the hardest line that I cannot, or I don't want to say the hardest line, but it's the most unique line I saw in all the games.
Mhm.
The Raiders are favored by 7.5. Do they cover?
Yes.
yes.
The Raiders are putting up 40 because Gruden's going to want them playing lights out against the Jets. So I think the Raiders are going to go apeshit, basically. So
I get that. So the over-under is 47. What do you think?
under because it's going to be 40-3.
Wow.
So,
Jets kicker some more credit than that.
okay.
So,
40
Fine,
40
fine,
to
okay.
6, whatever. I don't care.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
The
All right.
real game, I'm sorry, the real game that I'm like seriously like debating on is the Rams and Cardinals. Rams are favored by 3 even. Do they cover? That is a hard bet.
Cardinals? I don't think so.
3.
No. Because, I got the Cardinals winning anyway. So
Oh, he has the Cardinals winning out. Why
Yeah.
would he say?
Yeah, you have the Cardinals. Yeah.
yeah.
I have the Cardinals.
Well, let's get into our playoff predictions. So for those of y'all that might be watching or watching this later on, if you go to the ESPN website, click on the NFL header. On the left-hand side, you'll see a link for the NFL playoff machine. It's a handy little fun little tool where you can pick the games for the rest of the season, whether they be wins for one team or a tie for another for a game. Yes, you can actually click on ties, and if any of us are picking ties, it's crazy, but it could happen, right?
Hey,
So,
No
and
doubt.
it will project the rankings and the playoff seeds as you go along. Figure out the tiebreakers all for you based on what you're picking. So, what all of us have done is we've gone through and picked, obviously added our picks for this week and picked the rest of the season as we stand right now, and have put together what we think our top 7 teams are going to be in each conference. Now, we're going to list those teams each. What I'm going to kind of do is like say, who's your number 1 seed, AFC and NFC. We'll kind of throw those out there. I think that might be good. Unless you guys think it's easier if we just list our top 7 and discuss. What do you guys think would be better?
I think we'll just list our top 7 and discuss personally.
Discuss from there.
Okay. Let's go then in the order that we were making our picks today. Chicken Wing.
No.
Yes.
No. Oh,
Yes.
damn it.
Yes.
I wanted to surprise y'all.
Nope.
All right.
Well, surprise us now. Who's your AFC top 7?
First place is Kansas City. They're going to go 15-1.
Okay.
I can't already see
Keep
where these
going.
are
So the wild card games are as follows: Baltimore at Pittsburgh, Indy at Tennessee, Vegas at Buffalo.
All right.
If that's not blockbuster, then I don't know what to tell y'all.
Okay. And then the NFC side of the bracket for you.
NFC, New Orleans will still take top seed. Wild card will be as follows: Arizona at the Giants,
Really?
Tampa Bay at Green Bay, because I gotta have bays in there somewhere, and then the rematch of the year, San Fran boy at Seattle all day. Let's go. We might lose, but we'll be in the playoffs.
You're reaching there.
Yeah.
I'm not reaching.
You have the Giants winning the division at what record?
6-10.
6-10. Okay.
Wow.
And do you know who your 8 seed is on each side in case there's an 8 seed?
8th seed. Good question. Let's see here.
Play there.
No, it should be New England. No, it's Miami. Miami will win out that one
Okay.
at 9-7.
On the AFC?
AFC would be Miami,
And
and then in the NFC, let's see here, 7-9, 7-9, 8-8. It would be Minnesota because they would have the tiebreaker over Chicago. No, I lied. No, LA will be the A seed. So all 4 of the Wests will go in.
Oh, well.
if it goes 8 seeds, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I assume you have the Jets 0-16, so they'd have the number 1 pick.
Oh, facts all day.
Yeah.
I have Dallas at 4-12.
Alrighty. Nori, let's give us your top 7 for each conference. Go for it.
Kansas City at 15-1. I have the 7th seed New England going to 2nd seed Pittsburgh at 15-1. I have the 6th seed Ravens going against the 3rd seed Titans at 13-3. I have the 5th seed Colts going against the 4th seed Buffalo at 13-3.
Okay.
I actually have
consistent winners over here.
I have the projections here of the. I don't know how to determine the 8th seed, but I shared it in the group if you guys want to check it out.
Yeah.
I don't know who the 8th seed would be.
I
for
can't
that,
click
to be
over
honest.
because it'll mess up the stream, but yeah, go ahead.
No, I got
Okay.
it. I'm looking at it right now. I see here.
So
Yeah, New England.
Highest predicted. And then
So it'll be Cleveland. Cleveland will be at 8 at 9-7.
Cool.
oh, cool.
All right.
what about I have Miami and they would be 9-7 too. I think. I don't know who would have the strict
It
schedule.
depends on the tiebreaker then, yeah.
I know
So,
tiebreaker. Yeah, there's a couple different tiebreakers you can use.
yeah.
All right, I have for the NFC, I have 13-3 New Orleans, the number 1 seed.
Mhm.
I have the 7th seed Arizona going against the 2nd seed Green Bay at 12-4.
Wow.
I have the 6th seed 49ers going to Seattle for the 3rd match.
Generous.
Wow.
And I have the 5th seed Tampa, like Tom Brady does, losing to the Giants in the playoffs at 7-9.
Look at it. Yes.
That is some hatred, y'all.
Such hatred. Did you do that on purpose?
No, it just came out that
It
way.
just worked out that way. Wow. Oh no, it froze. Hang on a second, guys. Sorry. You all there? Okay, go ahead.
That hurt.
Weird.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. So who would be your 8? Not Carolina. It'd be Minnesota. No. You have LA. LA would be 9-7. So you'd still have the West, all 4 teams in the playoffs.
Which would be insane.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the kind of year.
All right. Rob, your turn, man.
All right. AFC, I have the number 1 seed, Pittsburgh, going on at 16-0.
Wow.
My 7th seed versus 2nd seed is going to be Miami at the 7th seed versus KC. JC's not going to like this. I have the 6th seed Indianapolis Colts coming up against the 3rd seed Tennessee Titans.
Actually, I
Trying to
forgot about
tell
that.
you, bro.
It's fine.
And the
Screw
4-5 is going to be Cleveland versus Buffalo. Cleveland coming out at 11-4-1 and Buffalo at 12-4.
11-4-1. What is the tie?
He used the tie.
What is
Oh
the
my
tie?
God. Dude,
I
You're
gotta
gross,
know.
Rob.
I
You're
gotta
just
know.
gross. You're gross.
Let me guess. It's Cleveland against New York.
Cleveland against New York, actually.
I knew it.
you disrespectful.
And this is why Tampa's going to lose to the
You
Giants.
know
this year
what?
in the
You
playoffs.
don't
Exactly why.
deserve the F word either, Rob. You are disrespectful. I at least gave Nori's team a respectable record of 6-10. You're just giving him a tie.
Oh,
Could do it.
Nori,
Jesus
I forgot
Christ.
to ask. How did you had your Giants at winning the division at what record? 7-9.
7-9.
Seven and nine, okay.
I had them. I can tell you who I had I had them beating. Hold on. Losing to Seattle,
Okay.
losing to the Cardinals.
Sorry, Rob. We'll get back to you. I just wanted to
No,
say
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
I had them beating the Browns because
Oh,
Rob's in Neanderthal. I had them beating the Ravens. And that's my only reach, I think, is beating the Ravens. But again, I just feel like the Ravens are playing bad football and they're really beat up.
Okay.
And I had them, of course, beating Dallas.
Oh, of
All
course.
right, Rob.
So
Go
if that reach didn't exist, he'd be the same as me,
Okay.
6-10.
No,
Yeah.
Rob, I gotta hear the NFC part of this.
Oh my God.
Okay.
What does he have?
so
Tampa,
NFC
Tampa number one? What does he have? For
No, no,
Go
no.
ahead.
First seed New Orleans Saints at 13-3. I have the second seed Seattle Seahawks versus the Arizona Cardinals at
God.
7th seed. I have the 6th seed Tampa Bay Bucks against the 3rd seed Green Bay Packers, and I have the 4th seed Washington Football Team against the 5th seed Los Angeles Rams, LA Rams.
What do you have Washington winning the division at?
6-10.
And you have the Giants at what?
I have them at 5-10-1. Thank you very much.
Oh my God.
So disrespectful.
The tie would cost him. Is that what you're
Yes, I would cost them the NFC East.
Wow. I'm in shock.
I would have rather you put Cleveland one than put a tie. How dare you? How dare you? You're gross.
Oh my
You're
God,
gross.
Rob.
That's just.
I think it's
just
safe to say Nori is awake from his nap now at this point of the show because of
Dare you? I know he
I'm
did
just-
some edits because he don't want to think about Uncle Tom coming to New York in the playoffs. I know he did some edits. That's okay.
No. I totally checked this out. Yeah. No. Mm-mm.
No, he saw it when he put in. He
Oh
goes,
my
"That's not right.
God.
That's not right. That's not right." Because he's gonna go to New York. Let's change this around.
I was like,
What you
hold
did?
on, no, you can't go to
See?
New York.
Oh,
See?
Jesus.
Exactly.
I wish I wish Rob was going last. I don't know how I'm gonna follow that. That's insane.
Because the Giants almost beat Tampa already.
Wow.
That's right. They almost did.
That's why he's scared of him.
That's funny.
Oh Lord. Oh my
Oh,
God.
and my 8th seed would be Minnesota coming out at 8-8.
Oh, you sure?
Wow, you didn't even have my team in there. Wow.
I'm telling you, he's disrespectful.
You-
Go back to
you
sleep,
were
Rob. Go back to sleep.
Disrespectful.
Who is your 8th seed in the AFC?
Minnesota.
AFC.
Yeah. Oh, in the AFC, it was. It would be Baltimore coming out at 10-6.
Okay.
Eye is twitching right now of how disrespectful you are.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll go through mine then here. I got Pittsburgh, the 1 seed at 14-2. 2nd seed Kansas City hosting Indianapolis. KC at 13-3. Indy at 10-6. 3rd seed Tennessee at 11-5. Hosting Miami at 10-6. And then I got Buffalo hosting Cleveland, both of them 11-5. So I guess when I was running through this, I was like, you know what, Cleveland's not that bad. So my 8th seed would be Baltimore at 9-7.
Wow.
It'd either be Baltimore or Vegas, depends on the tiebreaker, but I think Baltimore has the tiebreaker on Vegas.
Two y'all had them out of the playoffs. I had them barely scratching the playoffs. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So hey, that's Baltimore, man, the mighty fall, right? NFC, I have number 1 seed is New Orleans at 13-3. Number 2 seed Green Bay hosting number 7 Arizona. Green Bay at 12-4, Arizona at 9-7. 3rd seed Seattle at 12-4, hosting the Rams at 10-6. And 4th seed New York Giants at 8-8, hosting Tampa Bay at 11-5.
Bro.
8th seed would be, let me see here,
I feel like San Fran.
San Fran at 9-7 also.
You were disrespectful. You should have put me in the playoffs. Jesus Christ.
I picked it. That's how the tiebreakers played out. That's just the way it worked out.
Better than being a half game.
I
out.
will note on your picks, Nori, I had pretty much all those wins, except I think your Giants right now, if Daniel Jones is back, could beat Arizona at home. I think they're at home. Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Yeah, I don't know.
that's why I have them at 8-8.
That's why I need you to come in, beat the snot out of Seattle, beat the snot out of Arizona, and we'll take care of the rest. That's it. That's all I ask you to do.
For the record, my Titans. I figured they were going to lose the last two games. I've been saying they're going to lose to Green Bay in Lambeau, but the way my picks were wrapping up, it was like, well, even with that loss, the way these were going out, they would actually have the division clinched by week 17, so they would just rest everybody and lose to Houston. So that's kind of how that worked out for me. Top three picks would be the Jets at 0-16, Jacksonville 2-14, and then Cincinnati at 2-13-1. Those would be the top three picks. All AFC, right? So
Jets, Jacksonville, Cincinnati. Yeah,
I think that's the top three for everybody at this point, right? Because
No, mine's is the Jets. Cincy. No, you're right. Yeah, no.
Jacksonville winning more than
Jacksonville 1-15.
Yeah.
Yep.
As far as Pittsburgh's losses, I have them losing to. Where did I have it?
The Bills.
I have them losing to Buffalo, and I have them losing to Cleveland in Week 17.
I think everybody wants to go for that undefeated team. I don't think they're going to handle the pressure.
Yeah.
Buffalo's not going to have as much to play for as Pittsburgh, but most teams choke under that kind of pressure. It's too much. I don't think they'll go 16 or no. Then again, there's the same guy who thinks Cleveland and anybody's going to tie. Imbecile. Imbecile.
Fun.
You notice how we all put Indy at Tennessee as the third rounder for the playoff game. You notice how three of us did that.
All right, I was going through.
I didn't do any crazy Asian math to do that. I just picked it out as it was. So I'm just throwing.
I picked it out too. That's what I'm saying. Like all of us had New Orleans at 13-3, right?
Yeah.
And three of us had Kansas City top.
I will note that I have Kansas City losing in back-to-back weeks at Miami and at New Orleans.
Nah.
Yeah.
But neither.
New Orleans, I think, for sure.
Let him pick his pick.
Miami might be a stretch, but if it's Fitzmagic, anything can happen. And so.
But don't forget, Fitzmagic is a starter right now. So,
Yes.
he doesn't have the magic. Mm-hmm. The magic comes from when he's, filling the sub. The backup quarterback that fills in after the first quarter.
So, fun fact: the Giants and Cowboys can both lose to the Ravens, and it changes nothing.
Yeah, that's very true.
I hope the 6-10 Giants. I don't care if they're 6-10. I don't care if they're 5-11 and a tie. Yeah. I would love to hope Tampa Bay. Love to hope Tampa Bay, and I'm going to sit outside a lawn chair right outside Rob's house while the whole game's on.
Social distancing at its finest, right? So.
Just stare at them.
I will definitely have a box of Kleenex for you when they lose, so you can start waddling your way back home.
Tampa Brady against Giants in the playoffs is 0-2.
Tampa in cold weather. Tampa in cold weather. I'm going to say that they don't have a good history in cold weather, and Rob knows.
And Wynn was beat him last time too.
Yeah.
And that's before Daniel Jones. Wait a minute, if I don't turn the ball over, we win. So since Daniel Jones discovered that ratio. You're going down if this happens. You better hope. You better hope they tie. You better hope they don't get there.
Y'all just better hope I don't have a great week this week.
Mike, if there's anything 2020 even we can count as that you're not winning the picks this year. So don't worry. We're good.
Are you sure?
We hope.
Yeah.
You hope. Sure. Thank you, JC. Thank you. You hope.
Well, we all bet on it, so we're sure.
Yeah.
We actually literally bet on it. Yeah, we're sure.
Oh, man. Do you guys want to do this again next week based on how it plays out, or are we just gonna ride it a couple weeks?
Let's ride it a couple weeks. Let's give it to week 15.
All right. Well, everybody screenshot what you got, and
your actual.
We'll see how this plays out. Yeah. So.
Damn it! Did I?
I put mine in the group because I'm responsible. JC asked me to do something. I did it.
I'm gonna. Excuse me. I'm gonna clip this after the show, and I'll put it in the group chat as well there on Discord. So. Guys, this is always fun, making picks with you guys and chatting it up. The calendars turned to December. We just had Thanksgiving, and I know it's insane. We'd all be trying to get together and just kind of have a little something with families and everything, exchange gifts and all that. I know it's just crazy right now, but just want to tell you I appreciate it. I'm glad we kind of did this, so this has been a lot of fun. So
it's December. This is where Dallas fans start to get disappointed.
Dallas in December,
as opposed to what this season. So
Dallas,
it doesn't hit as hard. So it doesn't hit as hard because usually they're decent. and then they're good in November, and then Dallas is like, wait a minute, and then like, nah,
he's right. He's right because
it
they
doesn't
have a
hit as hard.
playoff shot, and all they got to do is just win out, and then Dallas in December happens.
They're in 2 games. That's it. There's still hope. So
Yeah, they're not beating Philly. They're not beating the Ravens. They're not beating us.
Yeah.
I said there was a chance. I didn't say that it was going to happen. I said there was a chance.
There's a
You're
chance.
telling me there's a chance. Yeah. So we'll see how our picks play out. We'll be back, of course, as next week. Hopefully every game goes on as scheduled. We'll see. So, and we'll see how this works out for us. So down here we got Chicken Wing, our Niners fan. We got Nori, the Giants fan. And he's still looking at Rob with a death stare at this point for that tie.
He's gross. He's such a
I'm
gross
just
person.
enjoying myself at this point.
Okay.
He's just a gross person.
We got Rob, our Bucks fan.
Go back to sleep, Rob.
All right.
I will, maybe, after I go play games for a bit.
And I'm 2-0 signing off with this. I'm doing it again. Tighten up, please. Let's please your
Tighten up, please.
I'm not here. I'm done with this.
All right.
I'm not doing this. I'm done. I'm logging off. I'm done. You know what? Get off.
See y'all later on the Sports Minorities podcast. Laters, guys.
Tighten up, please.